Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing two clan battles. The first clan battle is against, I believe, Band of Brothers on Moon Map. In that game, I managed to get 20 kills, which is very unusual in a clan battle. In the second game, I managed to break my max damage record in a game against Wick on Powerplant map. And just before we jump into the first game, I do have a quick announcement. For those of you who don't know, I do have a public Discord, so I'm going to leave a link to that in the video description, and also there should be a link in the pinned comment under this video. So that aside, let's jump into the first game on Moon Map. Okay, so game 1 we dropped in on Moon Map, and I started with the Fafnir with igniters. So I really like this build because it's great at charging up your nuclear amplifier. You can actually see how quickly my nuclear amp is getting charged up on the left side. But yeah, once I was charged up, I went into flight, absorbed as much damage as possible. I think it was actually quite a bit, judging from how quickly I'm, taking out these players. The other thing that I also am running differently on this setup is the barrel drone. Now, I know I did a video, releasing my secrets for the Fafnir where I used the Nebula. I still think the Nebula is, the strongest. If you only have one Fafnir, it's better to go with Nebula. Because I'm running 3 Fafnirs in this hangar, I can afford to lose a couple, and I'm experimenting with different damage, setups. This one is interesting because with the barrel, you don't have the absorber shield or, the shield chip. I have 2 attack, 1 defense, and I think 1 effect chip. So definitely a very different setup than, I'm used to, but it actually worked out really well in this game. So one of the reasons why I'm showing this game is because of the rarity of it. It doesn't really happen often where you're going up against a clan, especially a pretty leveled up clan, and getting 20 kills in that. I mean, these guys have last stands, they have Fafnirs, they have revenants. So for me to actually pull this off against them is not something that happens really often, especially these guys. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get as many players down to their last stand so I can take them out. And we're at Beyond Godlike right now. I'm trying to actually clear out the top here. They have a couple of players. That player, I believe, he did teleport in. So I'm trying to help my clanmate here. I actually kind of moved around him. Then I moved to the side so that we can maximize our damage on that player. I put down a shield just to kind of protect me. Temporary protection there before I take out this guy, and then I move all the way back around to patrol the center area once again. So I'm just making sure that we get this beacon. Now you see me moving back just in case. So I went all the way around because we don't have anyone protecting the center here, so I decided to move this way, take that player out. So I'm getting some crazy living legends here. Took another one out after that. And again, move all the way back to the right side once again. So I'm doing some crazy amount of damage with the setup here. Now they have, I believe that was an Arachi. I got hit down to my last stand. Or at least will be getting hit down to my last stand. There's actually a Fafnir to the right side as well. So now, this guy goes into flight. So a lot of Fafnirs, a lot of Arachis, Hawks as well. There's another guy to my right side. I'm actually trying to get this guy down to his last stand. Trying to protect my teammate who's, he's struggling to get back to cover here. I took out one Fafnir. The other guy got me though. But still, at this point, I've done so much damage with that. It has paid for itself. So now I dropped in with another build. This one has igniters and the scatty weapon with the beak. So kind of similar to the last, except more of a hybrid build. I'm making my way to the center here because I want to try to get charged up once again. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. This guy actually went into flight, so I decided to go into flight as well to see if I can take him out, which we were able to, but my last stand got triggered, so this Fafnir didn't survive as long as the other one. But the main thing is, I managed to take out that Fafnir because that was going to be a problem. There's a Revenant here. He's teleporting. Another one actually teleported, about now. There we go. And yeah, so I'm trying to defend this right side. I got taken out. The crazy thing is, at this point, I realized, we have like no beacons. We have, half a beacon. I don't know what you want to call that. I dropped in with my third Fafnir. This one is kind of like the first one, except this time, I have the Venom weapons on here. So really liking this build as well too. So I'm trying to charge up at center once again. Trying to get some splash on this player in front of me. And gonna see me go into flight here. Try to absorb as much damage as possible. And again, retreat. So I do believe, I'm gonna place down a heal here for my teammate. So round about there, just to protect the Nodens on my team. It's always important to protect your Nodens, especially if you have Titans up. So now moving to the right side to protect my, clanmates on this side. Taking care of this Revenant. And then you're going to see me move around the corner here. And I saw a Luchador. So now at this point, I'm trying to get him to use his abilities up. And then I saw the Nodens. So I went for the Nodens straight away because I'm trying to take out, basically their supply here. If I take out the Nodens, he can't heal up that Luchador to my right side. So that's why I went for him. And then, after that, I went straight for this Luchador. I got hit really bad. My last stand was triggered. So I took on quite a bit of damage, with that Nodens. But we did some crazy damage to him. So it was well worth it. So I believe this is where I get killed. I'm actually trying to bait this guy around the corner here. If I can get him down to his last stand, that would be great. But I don't believe I managed to do that close. So he actually takes me out. And, at this point, I decided to drop in with my Luchador because these guys have their Titans out. And there was a Luchador jumping towards center. So you're going to see me jump towards him, take this guy out. And then drop down. And I believe I also placed a heal here when I moved closer to my teammates, just to kind of heal them up a bit. So you're gonna see me drop a heal and a shield, take that guy out. I moved to the right side. Yeah, I saw this. I think what is that? That's a Fafnir. I tried to jump to the right side because I wanted to protect, our Nodens, but unfortunately I got there too late. So I took out this Demeter, which is kind of funny because I'm going to steal this kill. And then you're going to see me steal the other kill behind there. So we take out this guy. And look at this other guy's health. So I'm like, steal it! I'm going for that. And I actually got it too, like just at the end there too. So that was the 20th kill. But man, we did so much damage with that first Fafnir. So I got charged up really good, and I was using a very different setup. So we're gonna take a look here, at how many kills I got. So 20 kills, very unusual, 11.4 million. And now we're gonna take a look at the next game. Okay, so game 2 we dropped in on Powerplant map, and I started with the Fafnir Igniters once again. Now, this game is kind of funny because it actually happened a couple of games after the last one. So, the night that this all took place, we had some crazy epic games. And, I'm getting to share it with you guys, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, I tried to charge up my nuclear amplifiers here, but I had to go in a flight because I was getting hit by the Fafnir behind me. And then there was the Orochi and the Revenant. So, go in a flight, try to take out this player here by the beach. And, once I was focusing on him, there was a Revenant which dropped in. I'm trying to actually focus down the Fafnir, but my targeting switched. So I figured, what? I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to target the Revenant, get him down to his last stand. Then focus on the Fafnir, get him down to his last stand. And see if I can take him out. So one of the things I mentioned before, when you are playing really high level players, you always want to try to trigger their last stand, because once you trigger it, it's easier to take them out, whether it be you or your teammates, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. So I cleared out those two guys. Now I'm focusing on this Revenant. Unfortunately, I don't have that much health left here. Trying to get him down to his last stand. I don't think I was able to do that. I think he killed me before I was able to get him all the way down. But I did a decent amount of damage with that Fafnir. And then I dropped in with my favorite Revenant build right now, using the Ember and Blaze. I also have the Flamethrower Pilot on here, which makes a huge difference. It increases the damage radius by 30%. And when you're fighting in like a gap area like here, a confined space, if there's a lot of players, you are probably going to do damage to all of them, and you're going to see that actually happen here. So I think that is kind of one reason why I scored so high in this game. And just running these tanks, usually when I run through my two Revenants and Fafnirs as well, I probably have scored pretty high, because the Revenant, all the healing involved with this, and you can see these guys are all clumped up here. So all of them are actually taking damage by my flames with that pilot. So I love this build, and I'm actually thinking of building a second one because it's so effective. But man, I was doing so much damage with this, and it survives for so long too. So if you guys are wondering, how did I make my Revenant so strong, I released a video basically showing you my secrets for the Revenant. If you haven't checked it out, definitely do that, because this way you know which drone chips to go for, which combination of modules and stuff like that. But yeah, trying to take out this guy. A lot of players in this gap. Another Revenant. So this is typically where you end up doing crazy amounts of damage when the red team is running like maxed out equipment, but also heavy tanks. So I'm trying to focus on this guy. Still not dead. I actually noticed my clanmate, Dark Warrior on the right side. He's gonna get attacked here. Unfortunately, I couldn't help him. Otherwise, I would have teleported, but I was on cooldown, and I figured at this point, what? I'm gonna try to get back into this gap area to try to protect it. So you see me doing that right now, teleporting to this guy. Gonna try to help out here. So take a look, even more Revenants. So I believe once I got killed in this Revenant, I dropped in with my other Revenant to try to fight and hold down this beacon. Yeah, behind me there's a Luchador. I figured out afterwards, I was like, what's shooting me? I was like, oh crap. We've got a Luchador in the gap here. He actually went for the beach. So I'm trying to focus down this guy, but I don't really have that much health left, so not a good position to be in. If I can get him down to his last stand, that's pretty much all I can do at this point. So once I got killed here, I dropped in with my next Revenant, which is the Bane and Toxin build. So I'm gonna teleport to the gap again, just trying to hold down that beacon. There's a lot of Revenants. Now the Luchador has jumped in. You're gonna see how many Revenants there are here. This is actually the ideal situation to run the Ember and Blaze build, which I was running earlier. But take a look at this. So there's one Revenant in front of me, one to the left, another one joined in front, and we have the Luchador. So now there's a lot of Revenants here. I'm not going to be able to survive this. There's just too many of them. So what I tried to actually do here was to try to focus down the weakest player in this gap area. Get them all the way down, take them out, and this way it's more manageable. So I was focusing down this Revenant. My clanmate told me the other guy is almost dead. Focused on him, then focused back onto this other player. So, at this point, I'm looking at my health thinking I'm probably not going to survive here. So just trying to get my damage in. And this is where, the enemy Luchador jumps in. So, I get killed here. And then I decided, what, maybe I should drop in with a Fafnir. The Venom build. If I can get charged up, I can maybe take out, their Titans. The thing is, when I dropped in, I noticed in the background they had two Nodents. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna try to get to the gap, see if this luchador can charge me up, and then I'm gonna go for their nodants and try to cut off their support. So that's pretty much what you see me doing here. I'm gonna actually, divert my course to this nodants, trying to take out, one nodants, and then the other one, because I figured if I take out their two nodants, they can't support their titans, and I still have my titans. So that was my thinking. So that's pretty much what you see me doing here, trying to focus on the first nodants. Then I'm going to move to the next one and try to take this guy out. So, at this point we know that they're down one titan, at least the nodants. I'm going to take out this guy. And then after that, we're going to focus down this luchador. Although this guy got me down to my last stand when he jumped like that. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to go towards the gap here. Try to drop down, see if I can use my shield and maybe capture this beacon just to buy us enough time. Because if you take a look at the beacon bar, we're actually losing at this point. So now I'm trying to hold on, trying to take out this Fafnir, but I get killed. And yeah, things are getting kind of crazy here because now I had to go in a flight. I knew he was going to kill me. There's another Fafnir. And this drone that I'm using over here is the one with the barrel, I believe. So that barrel actually detonated and did damage to them. So once I got killed, I dropped into my luchador. So at this point, I'm looking at the beacon bar. Okay, so it's in their favor. We only have 2 minutes left, which means I need to run beacons quickly here. So my plan was, okay, I'm going to jump to the gap. And then maybe possibly, to the beach area to get that beacon there. So I decided to take this guy out. And I noticed actually a lot of stuff, happening on the other side. I had to deal with this luchador here too. But thankfully, we had a nodant, so I'm getting healed up. Taking care of this guy. We're getting the beach. So I'm just taking out, this player in front of me. You can see Togi capturing that beacon. And, things are getting dire at this point. So I figured, okay, you know what? Instead of me waiting for that luchador to jump me, I'm going to attack him and try to keep those players away from the gap area, which is why I kind of jumped, to attack this luchador. He used his ability. That's when I activated my shield. And, things are kind of crazy here because what ends up happening, they keep dropping in on this beacon and I'm trying to get it with my luchador, but I just cannot get it. So one thing I want to point out here, because Wick was actually doing this really well, this is what you expect from a high level clan, but basically when one player's last stand was being hit, another player would drop in and notice how they are moving onto the beacon. This allows them to hold the beacon down and to spawn in more players to protect it. This is something, I always keep telling players to do. And, you can win a lot of games like this, and you are actually starting to see this at work here. So, finally, we do get this beacon. They weren't able to hold it, but the other thing is they start pushing the, the other beacons on the other side. And the thing is, I can't leave this beacon now because I have to defend it. We're now at 7 seconds here. And look at the beacon bars and the, the beacons changing. So unfortunately, we weren't able to put away with the victory here. I ended up scoring 14.5 million and breaking my max damage record, which is now 11.3. So that is 11.3 million damage without the healing. So really crazy game, but I wanted to share it with you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So thank you guys for watching. And until the next video, I'll catch you guys later.